Hello everyone, this is my first ever YouTube video, so I just wanted to, make a bit introduction. My name's Owen, currently going for a walk, just, to relieve stress and just, focus on, building and, progressing more and, getting more into shape and stuff. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to talk about, mental health and such, and, my experiences with it, if you would, care to listen, because I can imagine that many people out there have got their own stories to tell and experiences, so I wanted to, talk about it. So mental health. Mental health is something that we all have within ourselves. Sometimes it can be negative, sometimes it can be positive, sometimes it can be good as long as it's well managed. I just wanted to talk about confidence, for example. So what is confidence? Confidence is something that not all of us have, and some of us do struggle with it. For example, I went into the shop about 2 weeks ago. What did I go in there to get? I think I went in there to go get, what did I go in there to get? I went to get I probably just went in there to get a drink or something. There was a bloke in front of me, don't know who he was, obviously, you see about 1,000 people every day, and I just remember feeling so anxious within myself, and just feeling like, the guy in front of me was speaking so politely and so, kindly to the person at the till, obviously, and I just feel like I really wish I could do that, like like I said, we all have anxiety, in us, some of us have almost kind of cured it, maybe, I don't know if cure is the right word, but, some of us have managed it quite well in certain situations, whereas me, my whole life, I'm not going to, I'm not going to give you a sob story, but, my whole life I have felt a bit, like I never really fit in with society, and I expect a lot of people out there probably do feel the same, it is quite a common thing, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, really, because, I just want to make sure that, everyone out there can, understand me and try to, understand themselves, so, like I said, I'm going to be posting on here quite a bit, I'm not done yet, obviously, I'm just, letting you know a bit about me, so like I said, yeah, my name's Owen, and I'm going to be uploading videos about, I'm basically, right, I'm just going to tell you this, right, I'm basically going to be trying to give advice based upon my own experiences, and, if it doesn't help any of you, I'm really sorry, but, I just wanted to talk about it as my experiences as a 17-year-old male who feels sometimes looked down upon, and I don't really know why, but I guess it's just one of those things where, when you're around 17, no one really knows how to fit in, to be honest with you, and, I guess I've struggled with that, so I just wanted to see if maybe I could relate to others, because, we all have our demons, we all have our struggles on the daily, some of us suffer with drug abuse, alcohol abuse, depression, anxiety, and, I just wanted to speak about certain topics and just let you all know that I know you don't fucking know me at all, which I don't know any of you at all yet, and I'm hoping to make a community about this type of thing. I'm hoping for this to be a start, because I'm not just trying to make it sound like, oh, I'm the only person out there who does this, because there's loads of people out there, there's a lot of great people out there, and I have yet to experience that in my own reality, because, like I said, I'm not going to give anyone any sob stories, because, no one even really knows me, so, yeah. But, like I said, I just wanted to talk about, like, anxiety and stuff, and, really try to understand it a bit more, because, like I said, I'm young, I don't really fully understand a lot about anxiety yet. I have no idea why we all struggle with it and stuff. It's just, I don't know, it's just one of those weird things that we just can't seem to let go of, and, some of us, it can affect us and make us think low of ourselves as well, like, why can't I fit in? You know, I've experienced that a lot of times in my life, you know, and I expect that a lot of you have experienced that a lot in your lives, you know. Like I said, I have no idea who you are, and I look forward to meeting a lot of people from doing this. So, like I said, this video is mainly just an introduction. I'm not trying to replicate anyone else. I'm not trying to feed you a lot of bullshit. I'm not trying to be some fucking, oh, look at me, I'm some miracle guy, I can make things happen, because I can't make shit happen. You know what I mean? I haven't got any friends, you know, I haven't got a job, I haven't got any money to my name at all, and when I have done jobs in the past, they've been narcissists and just, you know, people that I've just never really felt properly cared about me and such, you know, like being unemployed and that, you know, it's hard, because, you know, you don't really know what you want for yourself, you know. I don't really know what I want for myself, which is why I'm doing this, you know, because I think that, hey man, you know, if I'm feeling like this, then you know, that must mean that there's a lot of other people out there that feel like this, and, you know, I'm very well aware of that, you know. I've spoken to other people that have had anxiety problems, I've had friends that have had anxiety problems, you know. It's a real gut puncher, you know, to feel that way, and, you know, sometimes I listen to music to try and cope with that, you know. The one thing I can say, though, is, yeah, okay, I'm probably not doing the best, but I am honestly doing pretty well, you know. I'm trying to find a job, you know. I've just been put on universal credit, you know. Trying to find my way, not really knowing what I want for myself. Dropped out of college, so, you know, I mean, I don't really know what there is for me out there, you know, but like I said, I'm hoping that if this goes well, then maybe I could try and help people out there. But, you know, like I said, we all struggle with anxiety, and I have yet to learn how to give proper good advice about it. You know, like I said, I understand quite a bit about anxiety. Like I said, I've tried to even manipulate my own anxiety into thinking that it's just something that's in your head, because, you know, I have heard that quite a lot from other people, you know. Like, you'll watch a video on YouTube and it will say, like, oh, it's all in your head, which, to some level of degree, I would agree on that, but, you know, I don't think trying to listen to some random guy on the internet, and maybe even some random guy on the internet like me, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to see what's out there for me, and just, you know, try and help my own anxiety, and trying to put myself out there for you, to try and give people out there advice. And yeah, I'll probably upload videos once or twice a week, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Like I said, next week or this week, I'll try and touch upon a lot of other topics. You know, I'll try to actually speak a lot more about it. Like I said, I'm going to be honest with you right now, I'm very, very, very nervous and very vulnerable right now. Even going for a walk is a struggle sometimes, you know. Sometimes you just really do want to, like, curl up into a ball and just, not necessarily die, but just, you know, not want to be here. So, you know, if anyone else feels like that out there, not that I'm saying that I do, but I'm just saying, you know, we've all experienced these things. You know, if anyone else out there feels like this, then I just want you to know it's very much okay. And everyone out there can find their way. You know, it doesn't matter what you want to be, you can be that. You know, I've been told that very many times in my life, but at the same time, it's very hard, you know, and we can all agree that it's very hard, you know. So, like I said, I just hope that I can give good advice to maybe make someone else's day out there, you know, because that would mean the world to me, and, you know, we can all build a good bond, a good community in here. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to leave that to, you know, what it is now. I'm going to stop talking, I'm going to shut the fuck up, basically. I hope you look forward to there being more content. We can talk about loads of other different topics, you know, if it seems to be going somewhere. If not, then who knows. But yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace. Love you.